in Guadalajara, right in the center of Guadalajara, near the Parque Morelos. We moved to Cheyenne, Wyoming, because we had family there. My mom was repatriated with her parents in 1931 after living here for 12 years in Colorado, picking sugar beet and working in the coal mines. And so they lived a migrant life. My PE teacher convinced me not to go to UCLA and to go to the Claremont colleges. And the Claremont colleges are private colleges known as the Harvard of the West. But he didn't tell me that Claremont Men's College, because there are 5 colleges and 1 graduate school, and I was going to Claremont Men's. He didn't tell me that it was a nest of conservative Republicans. I was going to be a high school teacher in Spanish because I figured that would be the easiest thing to do. But then I ran into a group of students that got in through a special program funded by Rockefeller. And these were considered at-risk students. Here I come, very naive, Mexican, my identity was very Mexican. And they're calling themselves Chicanos. My father's take on Cesar Chavez was that when they were boycotting, says, they're just lazy people, they don't want to work. He had no political consciousness. And I didn't really believe him. It's like, no, there's something going on here. We pressured the university into giving us a budget for a Chicano Studies Center, a Chicano Studies professors, Chicano Studies recruiter, and a counselor. I grew up in that kind of environment where you can actually create social change if you just engage in action. Never really, I was totally blind to discrimination. And so when I went to college and I started taking Chicano history courses or just learning from my friends, I immediately found myself in this historical framework where our people have been struggling. So I wanted to write a book on Latin American philosophy, but politics and culture. So the book is called Latino, Latina Thought, Culture, Politics, and Society. And it's about, it has an introduction to students describing or defining what politics are, because the word política in Mexico means policy in English. But really the book is about how the United States government appropriated Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans first, through military intervention. Mexicans, Cubans, and Puerto Ricans. So how they became embodied into, they incorporated into the United States. So the struggle continues and it just takes different shapes. And what I do is I just keep planting seeds. And then some of them grow and some of them don't. And we don't know how bad things are gonna get. Lift our heads up and continue doing what our ancestors have been doing, which is struggling for those human values.
He cares about people. Second, he's committed to justice. And third, I consider him a gentleman and a scholar.
He's such a historian that he's encouraged me to do my genealogy, which I've done in the past, but he really has been encouraging me a lot to keep writing and writing, because it goes away if you don't write it down. His infectious smile, his dependability, he's always there as a friend, and he calls a spade a spade. If there's something that he doesn't like, and even if you're a friend, he'll tell you.
I just want to offer my congratulations for this award, this Campeón award from Los Cien. It's a great honor, well deserved.
Francisco, congratulations. not a better person to get it than you.